Hey everybody, welcome back to FSP Forex-Stock-Predictions. Hope you are all having a great day. I am the Vortex Trader, and today it is time for our weekly trading breakdown. This is where I go over all of this past week's previous positions and we discuss and see whether targets or stop losses were hit. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right, so the very first trade we were looking at of this past week was on Tuesday, the 9th of August. It was on Bitcoin inside of the 4-hour chart, and we were discussing a potential bull flag. And let's see what happened. So what I'm going to do is rewind time to show you exactly what we were looking at when this position was posted. Now, this is what the chart looked like when I published the video. The funny thing is, as I was publishing, I'm going to push play now, so you're going to see time catch up with itself, right? You're going to see this candle, the next candle, fall beneath this support zone right here. Now, what I was looking for was a break above, in which case I would have entered if we broke and closed above this yellow zone, which is the top most corner part of the flagpole. I would have waited for a retrace and entered targeting the middle of this daily ascending channel, right? So let's see what happened. Now remember guys, we only enter if we see a break and close above, right? So let's push play. This is what happened. Boom. A giant bearish candle came. We fell out of the daily channel. We wicked below it. Look at that volume show up. We came back up, right? Now, clearly, guys, as this is going on, you can see this is not tradable, right? The flag pattern broke. Therefore, there was no trade. Therefore, there was no entry. Therefore, there was no position, no targets, no stop losses. And there we are. We have caught up to the current time, the present time. And this is what the chart currently looks like. So let's remove this. Let's remove this arrow. Let's remove this. Let's remove this. Let's remove this. All right. So we can see that price did not break above that zone. We had no entry. Therefore, we had no position, which is fine, right? So no losses. Nothing wrong with that. Let's move on. We can just looking at Bitcoin quickly on the 4-hour to see if there's anything that we can expect in the weeks, in the week to come. We can clearly see we have some resistance up above here, right here, which price is battling to break above. So perhaps if we do, we can start looking for some patterns to go long, right? Okay, let's see. That was on Tuesday. Wednesday, the 10th of August, we were on AUD USD, which is here. We were on the 4-hour time frame, and we were looking at another bull flag, which was this one, right here. Now, again, what I was waiting for was a retrace back to the top of this flag inside of this red zone. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to turn it yellow. I like my entry zones to be the color yellow. Okay, so my targets would have been right here where we can see we pushed past, and our second target right there, which we can see we barely wicked above. So the targets were all well and good. However, we saw no entry. We saw no retrace. Now, those of you that follow me know that I do not enter on this is sort of a giant pump to the upside. I need to enter on a pullback, right? My strategies always are breakouts and retests. That is how I enter. So if I see no entry, well, then I'm not going to chase a pump, right? I will only enter if it follows my rules and my list of criteria that I have down for myself. And those involve and include my pullbacks and retests to certain zones, which we did not get. So another one, no problem. We can delete this for now and delete this for now. We had a nice pump to the upside on AUD USD, taking out this previous resistance, which was target number 1, right? We then came down to retest that, if you guys can see. Look how that wick came back in. I'm just going to drag this arrow across. You see how it came back and retested that same line, flipping resistance to support, right? Cool. So that was that trade. No entries, no winners, no losses. And the last trade of the week was Thursday, the 11th of August. Also AUD USD in the 1 hour time frame. And we were looking at, is it a flag or a double top? And we were looking at this zone right here. And what I marked out was this potential area for a bull flag. Okay, let's change this color just because it's a little bit confusing. There we go. Just make it a little bit see-through. And I was saying I wanted a break above this yellow zone, this very most top yellow zone. Now, we did not get a break above it. We got a break and close inside of it, right? I need above, right? Something like this, and then a retrace. But because we did not get a candle that closed above this yellow zone right here, it completely takes away the fact it invalidates a flag setup. So again, no flag setup. So we can delete that. Then I was saying, look at these two peaks. Could this be a potential double top? Could we have seen price come back down, right? Forming this area into a double top. However, I did mention I do not like double tops that begin with a massive bullish pump that do not trend upwards over time, right? This is literally straight up. This is like a rocket ship. So I was saying we don't know what this pattern is going to be turning into. And we can see that we didn't get that, right? We didn't get it. There was no double top there as well. So we can remove this. I'm going to remove this. And I'm going to remove these two peak arrows right there. Let's drag out this yellow line here. We do have some support here. So what is actually going on? Are there any tradable patterns that we can see on the 1 hour time frame for this pair? Right? We had divergence. We still have divergence. I can drag this and extend it out. Look at those MA lines. Even though the price is pushing higher, we still have the buyers weakening over time. So what do we have? What do we have? Is this some sort of tradable pattern? Can we do something like this? Right? Extending out a trend line of sorts. Right? Can we do something like this? It's all very subjective, guys. Right? Do we have a triangle? Do we have price bouncing in between these two zones, waiting for a break of some sort? Well, there's no point in trying to guess the future, right? My point is we only trade patterns that we know and that we have backtested thoroughly and that we are sure of how they would play out, right? We need to have an entry. We need to have rules for an entry. In order for us to have rules for an entry, we need to have a pattern that we are used to trading. We cannot just trade something that could look like a certain pattern and just jump into any old position, either short or long, right? That would be silly. That would be gambling, and I do not recommend that, right? We only trade patterns that we know. So, looking at it, there are no patterns that I can see right now on this time frame in this pair that I would trade currently. But that's all well and good because come Monday, it is a brand new week, right? We can look at these charts all over again, reassess them, find some awesome patterns with some awesome entries that give us a higher probability of winning. And that's what trading is. That's all we need to do. So, on that note, guys, let's wrap up today's video. I hope you found this information helpful. There were unfortunately no wins this past week, but as well, there were no losses because there were no entries. So, they always say that even not entering the markets is a position unto itself because you are saving your capital, right? We are not looking for ways to just go and spend it because we want to trade. We have to hold back. We got to practice patience and only enter when we see a pattern that is legitimate and that a pattern that works with our entries. That's when we should enter, and only then. All right, guys. So if you haven't already, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment for us in the comment section, and I will be seeing you all in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. See you later.